It's our report starting on page 141. We do have a Part A matter regarding our funding, our strengthening communities funding, and our the ability to transfer funds over remaining funds to our discretionary response funds. It is something that's actually in practice a bit now, but what we just wanted to do was actually formalise that so that we're not so that we'd seem to be open and transparent about it, Madam Mayor and Councillors.
So why don't we just move that Council approve that?
Absolutely, be wonderful.
Okay. Yep, so Jimmy will move that and Phil will second that. So Council approve, actually not just your, can we approve any board doing that? So we don't want every board to come back and ask. Can we do that?
That was the intention of the motion.
We can't do that? Okay, so we approve your board specially. But just note any other community board, if you want to do that, obviously you're going to get permission. So,
but what we were hoping for was the council actually resolve that be the process.
Well, we're about to.
Well, we might just need a paper up to do that.
Okay.
No, well, we'll just approve this one.
Yeah, this one, yes, but in terms of as a general...
We'll approve this one now and then just get rid of the silly rule later. Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Thank you.
Sorry, that rule. Yeah, Council. yeah, it does need to go. Quite so. Council approve that the board can reallocate any unspent portion of its strengthening community fund, just what's there, to its discretionary response fund, full stop. Okay. Phil? No, any unspent. Yeah.
You can tell us approximately what that figure is, Mike, just so we have an idea.
In this particular case, it was a figure of $22,000 that was for a salary, but and we didn't know whether we didn't know if we granted that money whether the person could be continuing in that role. So we held it over until we got some clarification on that. So that money was sitting in the DR and the Strengthening Communities Fund. If it hadn't have been spent, we have committed that funds now. But if we hadn't, we did really wish to be able to transfer that 22k to our DRF fund so that we could actually spend it in the area that's where it's needed. So that was the issue. So it was more than 15k that was mentioned in the report, but in this particular instance with our board it was 22k.
Okay, so we've got a recommendation there. Jimmy's moving it, Phil seconded. Oh, you've got that? Okay, I'll put that. Those in favour please say aye. Aye. Those opposed carried. Part B, anything there? Just lots of grants? Just an exciting time for all boards actually making those grants available to our very, very important community groups and organisations. Okay, Jimmy moves and Dave seconds. I'll put those in favour please. Glenn.
Okay. Just one grant stood out there through the chair and chair. The Hornby Presbyterian Church struck me as a lot of money, 31,000. We have the key local projects, etc. I think this is one of them through your board, but outside of that, it's a. I think I got that right. Seems a big. 10 grand is usually a fair chunk. I might be able to offer an explanation. The Presbyterian Church, or the Hope Church as it's referred to at Amy's Road, is a community organisation that does quite a lot of outreach programs, quite a lot. It's a very, very important community service provider and community support provider in our ward. So instead of, like a lot of them in other wards are pepper potted more around, but this particular church organisation is one of its roles is offering support to and projects in the community in a wider area. So that's why that particular organisation is getting quite a significant amount of funding, because they do a significant amount of work in our area.
Okay, right. Thank you. Okay. Right, I'll put the report as a whole. Those in favour please say aye. Those opposed carried. The next one on page 149. Yeah, I'd just like to mention that we did have a deputation from Sarah Harnett about the Templeton Golf Course, and the the application that's been put in for
for it to be quarried, and we're just unsure about where the process fits through the district plan review, resource consents coming in to change the use, and the ability to actually be involved in that process is a bit very, very unclear actually. So we're just seeking some clarification on how those steps take place and where the community or organisations can be involved in letting their voices be heard in relation to this process.
Yep. So staff are going to get back to the community board on that, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Yep.
And there's just one other on page 151, the land use recovery plan review. We did make a submission on the LERP, and one of the things that we, because the district plan review has to be consistent with the regional development plan and the LERP, and we could see some issues within the LERP that needed to be submitted on. So when the submissions were called, we made a submission, but the problem is there's no guarantee that the decision on the submissions on the LERP will be made or announced until after the district plan review process is finished. So that's a bit of a frustration as well, because we could see that if we did have any issues with the district plan review and go through that process, it's got to be consistent with the LERP. We could see that there were some issues with the LERP, so we made submissions there, but we've still got to go through the district plan review process, and it's just an unfortunate set of circumstances, and I don't know whether this organisation can try and move things around or suggest on. I know it's an order in council, but it's very, very frustrating when you're asked to make submissions on something that you can see. You got the message? Thank you.
Yep, that's okay. We get it the first time, Mike.
I know that we're not. I know that I'm not explaining it to lay people.
No. We understand. We understand the issue, but given that it is an order in council, it's probably a wee bit of a tricky one.
Staff involved in both processes.
Right. Okay.
And that's really all, other than. Support for neighbourhood week funding for our very fine communities to pull their neighbours together and have a bit of a social gathering.
Okay, thank you. Move Jimmy, seconded Jamie. I'll put that. Those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed, carried. Thank you very much indeed, Mike.
You're very, very welcome. Thank you.
Okay, and Shirley Papanui.